Hi guys, this is my review on a QiYi WuQue 4x4. This video is a 45.55 average of 5, and this is within a 47.31 average of 12. I just picked up the camera and did this average on a spot in the morning, so it's a pretty good average for me. I wasn't like seeking out like the best solves of the day, and I definitely that attributes to how good the WuQue is, as I'll get into in 1 second. Anyways, going into the appearance, it's 62 millimeters in terms of size. It has Volk 3 shades, which has become a standard of QiYi. Larger outer layers, which definitely help in 3x3 stage, and it is super light, around 124 grams, which is 2 or 3 grams lighter than the Yushin Blue. Going on to performance, in speed, it's not that fast, and for some, it may feel sluggish. I had to put Silk and Z-Lube to improve the performance. Corner cutting is nothing spectacular normal at 1.5 QBs. But at reverse, it's so much better, and it's at 1.5. It's about like half a QB, which is probably better than any other cube I've seen. And it never comes close to popping. It doesn't feel like it will ever pop on me. And catching is not really a problem. It can catch, but it's not worse than anything that I've experienced with the Yushin Blue or the Ao5. It's the most stable 4x4 I've ever felt. It doesn't want to miss a line. It wants to maintain cubic shape, and it doesn't feel like the internal pieces are moving at all. Kind of feels like a 2x2 or a 3x3 when I turn it, so that's super cool how I don't feel anything inside moving, which is super important so that I feel like everything's doing exactly what I want it to do. The feel is incredibly similar to the Wushuang 5x5, and the outer layers on the WuQue may sound and feel a little hollow compared to the Wushuang, even though it's not hollow at all in the mechanism. For the overall experience of the cube, the biggest trait is that it does exactly what you want it to do. Most notable in edge pairing. For some reason, everything just seems to flow, intuitive or algorithmic, and this reminds me of the QiYi Thunderclap. Everything just wants to flow. Whatever you want to do, it just does exactly what you tell it to do in a moderate speed that you can control. The second trait is that no internal pieces feel like they move at all, as I mentioned earlier. Like for the first time, I feel like I could do whatever I wanted to do on a moderately tensioned 4x4 and not have to worry about any sort of popping or instability. And a surprisingly good trait of this cube is that even though it's large at 62 millimeters and I have small hands, it still feels comfortable. And this is probably due to the larger outer layers and lightweight construction of the cube. And since the cube is larger, it has larger inner layers as well. So that's easier for me to finger trick. And like cubes for the Ao5, for example, they're larger and they feel incredibly blocky. But it's a lot heavier and it doesn't have larger outer layers. So I feel like that's where the WuQue feels less blocky and I can control it and hold it better in my hands. So across the board, I feel like every part of the cube is easier to turn because of the construction of it. The biggest con is that the speed can be an issue. When the cube wasn't lubed and out of the box, I tried to do a 3x3 stage, and anything involving the outer layers really, my fingers constantly got stuck between the corner and edge pieces, and it caused a myriad of problems in my solves. This was fixed relatively quickly when I used Z-Lube, and it doesn't wear out. I think I had to do maybe 2 applications for 300 solves. I don't quite remember, but it doesn't wear out that fast. The second con is also related to the speed. The outer layers are slightly slower than inner layers, and that causes the inner layers to move around sometimes during 3x3 stage. But this is not as serious a problem as it is on the Wushuang, and is quickly fixed by the light lube. The final con is that the size may still be an issue to some folks with smaller hands. I guess I'm lucky that I enjoy the size, even with my small hands. My final verdict is that you should get the cube. It's a main killer whether you're coming from an Ao5, a mini Ao5, Yushin, or any other 4x4. It's, without any question, the best 4x4 in the market. And with that, I'll just let the video finish up, and later.